Okay, The Baker is about a woman from Uganda who moves to Lexington, Kentucky. I know, what is she doing there? And she decides her passion is baking. So she decides as an immigrant that she's going to start a bakery and bake cookies and sell them and use that to build her fortune and bring her family from Uganda to the United States.
When you got the script, how did you decide that you were going to play your role?
I loved the script. I thought it was so heartwarming and funny and dynamic, and it shows Africans in a light that we don't usually see. I think in media, we usually see Africans in terms of rape, famine, war, all those things. And here was just a celebratory tale about a woman with a passion who exacted her dreams. And I think that that was so special and really yeah, I think that was so special. So my character is the antagonist of the protagonist. So I am her number one hater, and that was also wonderful and delicious to play. You know, just knowing that at every turn I was going to be there with kind of a scowl on my face and wishing her ill, and so it's fun to play a villain. So I had a really good time.
What are you hoping this series would do?
I'm hoping this series softens hearts and opens minds. I think we're living in a particularly, we're having a reckoning, and we're having a moment vis-a-vis immigration and immigrants. And I think it's really important to show that we're all fighting struggles that one another may not be privy to. And so we have to have compassion and grace when dealing with one another.
If there was one thing you learned about yourself doing this series, this show, this episode you're in, what would that have been?
I think I learned about myself that I like playing a villain more than I thought I would. It's stretching, yeah, because it's like, growing up, everybody wants to play the ingenue, but there's actually a lot more fun in playing the villain.
So how do fans find you, follow you, stay in touch, and make sure we know what's going on in your career?
You can find me on Instagram at It's Nana Mensah, ITSNANAMENSAH.
Righty. So I need to know the role you're playing in your episode.
Playing Rafiq in The Sun, the season finale episode called The Sun. So Rafiq is a gay Muslim Syrian immigrant who fled his town, small village, basically running for his life, away from his father after his father set his arm on fire after he caught him kissing a guy. And he basically, it's us following his journey of getting the hell out of there and doing everything he can possible to get to the USA. And he manages to make it. But it's a really moving story, very relatable in the sense of that sense of isolation, being isolated, feeling that loneliness, feeling that sense of loss and not having anyone, even family, an idea of even not having that as something to support you. It's a very scary thing that a lot of immigrants go through. You know what I mean? Family being either separated for whatever reason. I mean, in this situation, it's because, it's against tradition or whatever. It's a very patriarchal society. It's no difference from the Latino, Hispanic society in South America or black people. I mean, it's even tougher for black people, I think. Yeah.
How did you prepare for your role? I mean, this had to take you into places in yourself that was just well, okay. How did you get into that space?
I get so happy that I'm getting to portray a real person. That is my favorite thing, because I love showing the truth. So it's if it's fiction, I can still show the truth, but there's something even more intense for me and deeper. It has a deeper meaning as an artist for me, that if I'm portraying a real person and actually a story that actually happened, then I get to really show something, a little glimpse of humanity for all of us to either be inspired by or to be moved by or to, either feel that we're not alone or actually even to not give up. Because sometimes, I think in my story, it's really the idea that he didn't give up. Even though you were no, even though I was you know what, give up, buddy. It ain't gonna happen. No, he actually made it happen. It's actually something that actually happened.
To meet him or talk with him or understand?
I didn't want to because...
Tell me why.
Because I already had a lot of empathy for him. I had so much empathy for him. I was good. I read the script. I knew what it was about. I knew who he was. and who I am as an artist, it was just like the perfect blend of both to be able to for me to paint the painting that I painted. And yeah, I just love like the fact that we can inspire each other, or I can inspire people through other people's stories, real people's stories.
If there's one thing you learned about yourself doing this, what did you come away with that you learned about you doing this role and being him? What did you learn?
Oh, wow. I never thought about that, so it's gonna come up now. That I can be really creatively badass when I'm relaxed. And so I really had to like be so comfortable in my own skin, because I did not want to have a moment of lying in my performance. I had to be so honest. And so for that to happen, you cannot worry about what people are saying or how you're going to do, or no, you're just like, I don't give a damn, like I'm going to do me. And just that made me tap into a depth of I don't know, like a well of so much, and I have so much. Like I've lived a very interesting life.
Social media, so fans can find you, follow you, and stay in touch.
Instagram, Haaz Sleiman. That's it. Haaz Sleiman, HAAZSleiman.
I played Iwe Buna's dad. I was the father of Iwe Buna. So I was basically the dad who took him to watch the cowboy film while he was young. In the very beginning, yeah, and then afterwards, then he went off to United States and went in to live his life.
This is such an interesting story because your dad, your son's leaving, and you never know what's going to happen after that. When you get the script, I mean, how did it resonate with you as an actor?
It resonated with me because I was once the son. I was once the son. Yeah, I was once the son. When my dad was, showing us the way. So it touched me a lot, and he's my brother in real life. So it was just beautiful to be part of the whole ensemble. So I enjoyed every moment of it.
What do you hope that this series will do when the audience sees this?
I hope that people would see the benefit of, coming out of the comfort zone, coming here, finding an opportunity to create something better, and maybe possibly, spreading their wings and flying away, going, I don't know. People can learn a lot from this because it's a very diverse series and I love it, every one of it.
Well, I can't wait to see it. Social media for your audience.
/wisdom, SLASH wisdom, and all social media.